Good morning. We will start session 2 on chapter quadratic equation. So in our first session, that is in yesterday's session, we understood what is a quadratic equation, which is of the type ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. That means an x square term, that is raised to 2 term, should be there in a quadratic equation, right? So we'll quickly begin with the next one. So today's class is how do we solve this quadratic equation, or you can say methods of solving quadratic equation. So basically there are three methods of solving quadratic equation. So before we write, I'll just give you methods of solving quadratic equation. So basically to find the solution, that is to find the roots of the quadratic equation, we have three methods. The first is factorization. We all are aware about this method. We know factorization. Factorization is something splitting of a middle term. We have also done that for a quadratic polynomial. The same method we use here to find the roots of the quadratic equation. The second method is method of completing the square. Method of completing square. If you remember, I had given this method in linear equation by mistake. I had told you all also, strike out this method. We will study this in quadratic equation chapter. I had by mistakenly given that this method in the previous lesson. So we can solve it by method of completing the square, and the last one is by formula method. Formula method was introduced only because, see, what is factorization? We multiply first and last term to split the middle term, right? There are some cases or there are some certain conditions where you cannot split the middle term of the given equation. Under that condition, how to solve? How to find the roots? We use formula method for certain sums where we cannot apply factorization. So we will be dealing with in detail about these three methods. So in today's class, we will first start with factorization. You can give the heading methods of solving quadratic equation, and you can just write down these three methods. Now quickly we'll start with the exercise. The second exercise of this chapter, that is factorization method. Find the roots of the following quadratic equation by factorization. Yes children, first main, I have given first one and fifth one for homework, that is factorization. So for first main, second part I will solve here, which is 2x square plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Before you split the middle term, make sure that equation given is arranged properly. It is in the form of ax square plus bx plus is equal to 0. It has to be in this form. Okay. So let's split the middle term. For that we have to multiply first and last term. 2 6 are 12x square. Now we have to find factors of 12. What are the factors? Of course, 12 ones are is 12. Then 6 2s are is 12. You want minus 12x square. 2 into minus 6 is minus 12x square. Then 4 3s are is also 12. These are the three possible factors. When you multiply all, you get 12x square. But when you add and subtract, you have to get 1. So which will give you here? This is the only one which will give you, that is 4 minus 3, I will get 1. 4 into 3, I will get 12. I want plus 1 here. So it's going to be plus 4 minus 3. Plus 4 minus 3 plus 1. Plus 4x into minus 3 minus 12x square. Let's choose that. So 2x square plus 4x minus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. Club the terms. 2x common. So this is x plus 2. Without seeing anything, we will write the second bracket also as x plus 2. You all know that. Now, multiply such that x into what number should give you minus 3x? X into minus 3. Minus 3 into 2 should give you minus 6. which is here, which is you are getting. So 2x minus 3 and x plus 2 is equal to 0. These are the factors of the given quadratic equation, correct? Now let's find the roots. That is nothing but zeros. 2x. Now the question is not only to factorize. Read the question clearly. Find the roots they have given. So 2x minus 3 equal to 0 and x plus 2 equal to 0. 2x is equal to, transpose this side, plus 3, x is equal to 3 by 2 and x is equal to minus 2. So which are the roots of the equation here? X is equal to 3 by 2 and x is equal to 2 are the roots of the given quadratic equation. So quickly we'll solve the remaining also. I'll just clear this and I'll do it here only. Yeah, you will get this time many root sums. They look complicated, but they are very simple if you understand, multiply and get the factors for them clearly. Okay. So the next sum is third one. Square root of 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. Again here the same rule, let's apply. Multiply first and last term. Now when you multiply first and last term, root 2 into root 2 is 2. So 2 into 5 is 10x square, right? Root 2 into root 2 is 2. Into 5 is 10. This x square I have used there now. So factors of 10. 10 ones are 10. 5 2s are 10. So 10 and 1 will not give you 7. 5 and 2 will give you 7. You want plus 10x square. You want plus 5 plus 2. So both are plus. So this is the factor. You have to do this so that you will understand each and everything clearly, what sign you have to use, right? Let us split it here. 2x root 2x square plus anything children you can use. You can also use 5x as well, you can use 2x. Anything can be used. So 5x plus 2x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. Yes. One trick you have to always remember in the root sum is, even though you do not have the root term there, see here, for example, what is common between this? Of course, x is only common, right? But what we will do here is, we will make sure and we will take root 2 as common. So, no, not required actually here. Right, so we will do one thing. We will better interchange the terms so that we can do it clearly. I'll do it in this way. 2x and here this should be 5x. Yes. Always in root terms, what we will do is always take the root term common. Though it is not common inside, you take it common. I'll tell you why. So root 2x is common. Okay. So if I take root 2x, what will remain? You will understand why didn't I leave 5 here. Sometimes it's like always we can write anyhow, but in certain sums, taking appropriate number only will suit. Very few sums where in case root is involved. Root 2x into x will give you root 2x. But I want only 2 here. I mean only 2x here. I have root 2x. What should I do? How to get 2? Plus root 2. Why? Root 2x into x is root 2x square. Root 2x into root 2 is root 2 into root 2 is 2. Right? So that's the trick what you have to remember in the root sum. Now here without doing anything, write x plus root 2 as it is. Now check. X into what should give you 5x plus 5. 5 into root 2 is 5 root 2. You got it right? Okay. So root 2x plus 5 and x plus root 2 is equal to 0. Root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0 and x plus root 2 is equal to 0. root 2x is equal to minus 5, x is equal to minus 5 by root 2, and x is equal to minus root 2. Okay children, you can keep the answer as it is, but we always know that this is your final answer. Okay, this is your final answer. But still, if you recall last year what you have studied in number system, we do not keep anything in terms of root in the denominator, right? Why? Because denominator should always have a rational number, not an irrational number. So what we can actually do, if you want, also that can be additionally done. X can also be written as minus 5 root 2 into root 2 divided by root 2, which is nothing but minus 5 root 2 divided by 2. It can also be written. Sometimes what they do is here, if you write this, you might lose half mark. Depends on the valuator. Try to always keep the denominator in the rational number form, not a surd form. So this also can be the value instead of this, because you will learn this more in trigonometry. So in trigonometry, when we deal with such type of numbers where the denominator is in the form of an irrational number, we rationalize it and keep it in this form. So this is the answer. Next, we have a sum which is in the fraction form, where constant is in the fraction. Let's understand how we do such type of sums. So this part is very clear. Okay. Main thing is choosing the correct factors. If you choose the correct factors, the answer is right. And the last one, that is fourth one, 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 is equal to 0. Now since fraction, here it is in the form of a fraction, it will be difficulty in taking what common sometimes. So what we do is multiply the equation by 8. So that it will be very simple. We just have whole numbers everywhere. 8 2s are 16x square minus 8x plus 1 is equal to 0. If you actually see, this is a perfect square, right? It is in the form of a minus b whole square. But we cannot use identity directly here. What is the question? Find the roots of the following quadratic equation by factorization method, children. So I know we will get the right answer if I apply identity and do it. Direct answer I will get a minus b whole square, but you will not get marks because the question is by factorization and you have to follow that. So multiply again first and last term, 16x square, factors of 16, 16 ones are 8 2s are 4 4s are. So you want plus 16x square minus 8x minus 4x minus 4x will give you. So this is 16x square minus 4x minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. So what can I take common? 4x I can take common. 4 4s are 16 minus 1. Here also 4x minus 1. 4x into what will give you minus 4x? Minus 1. So this is 4x minus 1. 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. True, because 4x minus 1 whole square it is. So 4x minus 1 is equal to 0 and 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. 4x is equal to plus 1. X is equal to 1 by 4 and 4x is equal to plus 1. X is equal to 1 by 4. They have equal roots. This is how you solve the quadratic equation by factorization method. So let's quickly go with the next one. Yeah, look at the next one, children, here. Question number 2. Solve the problems given in example 1. Now, where is this example 1? If you turn the pages behind. So, first of all, we have what is it given? Beginning of the chapter. Heading is given as quadratic equation. If you just read the introduction, quadratic equation. After that, there is something given as example 1. If you read there, they have given two sums. John and Jivanti together have 45 marbles. That is one sum. Second one is a cottage industry produces a certain number of toys in a day. Right? Two sums are already given here, and it's a worked example. They have already given the solution. Now they are asking us to solve the problems given in example 1. So what I want you all to do is read the questions and solve it by yourself by taking it as homework, because in the exercise we have again similar sums only, just the numbers are changed. We will be doing those sums in the class. So second way I have already written there. It's for homework. You have to just refer the examples what two sums are there, copy and write. So we'll quickly start with example 3, numericals. So this exercise, all the verbal sums where it involves a factorization and where it involves the finding the solution, I will solve all the sums here. From next exercise onwards, what I will do again is I will arrive at the quadratic equation. Okay. So it's your duty to split the middle term and find the roots from next exercise onwards. That is from tomorrow's session onwards. So third one, find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. Now when you look at such sums, you feel that why can't I also apply here linear equation method. You can apply linear equation. You give a try to this and see what answer you get. You will again get the same answer, right? But every time in such sums, when you use linear equation, you will probably end up again with a quadratic equation only, where you have to solve them, right? You will not get two separate equations. You will get equation in one variable where it comes in the quadratic form, and then you have to solve for one value of x or y, substitute in other and find. So that way also you can give an approach. Now here we directly go with one variable, that is quadratic form. So we'll start with the third one. Find the two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. So let the two numbers be. Now children, let's assume that if we had done this by linear equation, I'll show you at the end what difference it could be like. So let the two numbers be x and 27 minus x. Why? Because they have given their sum is 27. So x plus 27 minus x and x will get cancelled. What will I get? 27 back again. Okay, that's all. By data, product of these numbers they have given directly as 182. By data, x of 27 minus x is equal to 182. So multiply 27x minus x square minus 182 is equal to 0. If I arrange this now, my x square term will be minus. So usually in the quadratic equation general form, we see that x square term is always plus. Okay. So what we do is, we change the sign by taking minus outside. This will be x square. Whatever is plus, that will become minus. So minus 27x plus 182 is equal to 0. Now multiply first and last term and get the factors to split the middle term. Now getting factors for 182 is quite difficult, because we don't know with what into what we'll get 182, right? Under such cases, what we do is we prime factorize. 2 9s are 2 1s are. So 91 is not divisible by 3. So the next possible is 13. So 13 7s are 7 1s are. So what are the factors of 182 x square? 7 2s are 14. 14x square into 13x square. Okay. 14 13s is 182 plus 182 what I want here. What other factors I can see? 13 2s is 26x square and 7x square. I can also try. But under both the condition, I will get 182 as a product. But when I add and subtract, I will not get 27. So which is the right one? First one. So it should be minus 14 minus 13 will give me minus 27. 14, 13 is 27. Minus 14x square minus 13x square will give me plus 182x square. Right? So let's split it. X square minus 14x. Sorry, 14x should be not square. Then x raised to 4 it will come. Minus 13x plus 182 is equal to 0. Okay. So the next part is now take common. X square, x common here. X minus 14. Here also it will be x minus 14 only. Right? Don't worry anything. Just write the same thing. X into what number should give you minus 13x. So x into minus 13 will give me minus 13x. Minus into minus plus 13 14s are 182 equal to 0. So x minus 13 x minus 14 is equal to 0. Right? Next part. X minus 13 is equal to 0. Find the two numbers. Okay. And x minus 14 is equal to 0. X is equal to 13 and x is equal to 14. Now, just see here. If first number is 13, what will be second number? 27 minus 14 if I give, what will come? The same thing. 27 minus 13 if I give, I will get 14. Therefore, the two numbers are, even if you substitute here, just assume that I have taken x as 13. 27 minus 13, what do you get? 14. So numbers are 13 and 14. If I consider 14, this number as 14, then 27 minus 14 you will get 13. Either of the one. Therefore, the two numbers are 13 and 14. Okay. The next one. Find two consecutive positive integers whose sum of their squares is 365. So whenever it comes to consecutive integers, it is x, x plus 1, right? Yeah, once again I told you that I will be giving you in case if in linear equation if you solve how you will arrive at it, because what happens now, you know this exercise belongs to quadratic equation, so you will solve in quadratic type only. When in examination such sums appears, you should know what to do and how to apply. Now let's assume that this is a question and you are not aware whether it is quadratic or linear. Find two numbers whose sum is 27. Of course, you will consider two numbers as x and y. Okay, whose sum is 27. X plus y is 27. That's your first equation. What is this next one? Their product is 182. xy is 182. Equation 2. Now here we can't say that I have to do this by elimination method or something. Not possible. But what is possible here? I can say x is equal to 182 upon y. Substitution method I can use. Here I have to substitute instead of x 182 by y plus y is equal to 27. Take LCM. I will get that in the form of y square only. Y square minus 27y plus 1 whatever the same equation plus 182. That means with that I can find only y. Using that y I will get two terms. I can find x. Understood now? So here also you can apply. It is equally correct. Now for example, assume that we are writing a test on quadratic equation. Okay. Now linear equation is also done. Tomorrow if I give this question, you can apply any method of your choice. Do not stick to one particular method. Now even here in this chapter also, I teach you, I give you one or two homeworks. There is no compulsion you have to solve it by the method how I do it here. You can apply the linear equation trick how we used. Now see, I'll just show you this further what we can do. X is written as 182 by y plus y is equal to 27. LCM is y. So into y. 182 plus y square is equal to 27. Cross multiply. Y square plus 182 is equal to 27y. Y square minus 27y plus 182 is equal to 0. Right? Either x or either y term. We got the same thing. Now you know what to do. We have done that in the previous sum. You will get y two values. Y is equal to 13. Y is equal to 14. If y is 13, then x is 14. If y is 14, then x is 13. That's all. But you have to write. Two numbers are y is equal to, no, that will not be confusion. X and y numbers. That means do not just stick to one method what I do. So think, what if I apply it here? Only that time you will understand how to approach a given sum, right? So of course, but I will see that whichever sums are easy by quadratic, we do it by quadratic. Which can be applied by linear, it is very easy, we go with linear. We will not just stick and bound to one particular method here. So the next one. Positive integers whose sum of the squares is 365. So which is the fourth one? Let the two positive consecutive integers be x plus 1, sum of whose squares is 365 by data. Sum of whose squares is x square plus x plus 1 whole square is equal to 365. Okay, split this. X square plus a plus b whole square, it is x square plus 1 plus 2x minus 365 is equal to 0. 2x square plus 2x minus 364 is equal to 0. We'll take 2 common. X square plus x minus 2 ones are 2 8s are 2 2s are is equal to 0. Right? So we got the equation as x square plus x minus 182. Now again children, we have already done in the previous part. What are the factors for 182? We just write off the same thing. So 182 factors were 13x and 14x. Of course we have to use this because we want 1 here. Now here see, answer is, this is minus, plus 1 I should get. So plus 14 minus 13, right? Plus 14 minus 13 is plus 1x. Plus 14x into 13x is minus 182x square. So take common, first split the term. X square minus 13x plus 14x minus 182 is equal to 0. X common, x minus 13, right here also x minus 13. X into what should give you 14x? X into plus 14. 14 into minus 13 is 182. X plus 14 and x minus 13 is equal to 0. X plus 14 is equal to 0 and x minus 13 is equal to 0. X is equal to minus 14 and x is equal to plus 13. I only put the box for one value because read the question. 2 they want positive consecutive integers, so I cannot take negative. You have to write here, since x is equal to minus 14 is inadmissible, therefore x is equal to 14 is a positive integer. I'll do this beside here. What is the conclusion? I will do it here. The two consecutive integers are, since x is equal to minus 14 is inadmissible. Why? We want positive integer. Therefore, x is equal to 13 is a positive integer. The two consecutive numbers are the two positive consecutive spelling C-O-N. The two positive consecutive integers are, it is x plus 1, so 13 plus 1, which is nothing but 13, and 14 only, x plus 1, but not this minus 14. If in case if it was plus here, so this could be considered. But since it is negative integer, read the question, both the numbers will not be in the answer. Here you have to be very careful. When they ask you something positive, consider only the positive integers. Number of terms, number of children in the class, something in terms of numbers they have given you. So numbers are always in positive. Number of children in the class can't be negative or fraction. So that thing you have to be very careful. Quickly, we'll finish the next one. Now this question what I have done, find the two consecutive positive, and the previous one, the sum of two numbers is 27. It is same as given in the example one. Quickly we'll finish the next one. The altitude of a right angle triangle is 7 cm less than its base. That means if base is known, we can know the altitude. So it's a geometric kind of a question. So have a small figure. So this is base, this is altitude, and this is hypotenuse, right? The altitude of a right angle triangle is 7 cm less than its base. Fourth one, let the base be x. Therefore, altitude is equal to what they have given, 7 cm less than its base, x minus 7. Next question what they have given, directly they have given is the, if the hypotenuse is 14, hypotenuse. If the hypotenuse is 14, find the other two sides. We know that square of the base plus square of the altitude is equal to square of the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. That is from the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, base is how much? X. Altitude is how much? X minus 7 whole square. What is hypotenuse? 14 square. 14 it is given. Hypotenuse is, hypotenuse is 13. 13 square. Now split this. X square plus x square. 7 2s are 14x plus 49 is equal to 13 square is 169. X square and x square will give you 2x square minus 14x plus 49 minus 169 is equal to 0. 2x square minus 14x, 49 minus 169 minus 120 is equal to 0. Can we take anything common here? 2 can be taken common. X square minus 7x minus 60 is equal to 0. Okay. Simple it is. Let's multiply first and last term. We get that as 60x square. Factors of 60 just check. You want here as 7. So I think the best one could be, easily we can write it, 12 5s are 60. So 12x and 5x. 12 and 5 will give you 60, minus 12x plus 5x will give you minus 7x, minus 12x into 5 will give you minus 60. So split and write x square minus 12x plus 5x minus 60 is equal to 0. X common, x minus 12, right here also x minus 12. Now, x into what should give you plus 5x plus 5. 5 into minus 12 is minus 60. X plus 5, x minus 12 is equal to 0. X plus 5 is equal to 0. X minus 12 is equal to 0. And x is equal to minus 5. X is equal to 12. Now which is the correct answer? 12. Why not minus 5? Because the side of a triangle cannot be minus 5 centimeter. So give the conclusion. Therefore, what is 12? Base is equal to x, that is 12. Then next, altitude is equal to x minus 7. 12 minus 7 is equal to 5. Yeah, 5, 12, 13 is a Pythagorean triplet. We all know that. That is what the answer. So, we found out the base and we found out the altitude. We'll quickly go with the last one. Again, this last sum is a continuous, similar as the work example what I have told you from the second main to be done. So, the last one, a cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day that cost of production of each article in rupees was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. If the total cost of production on that day was rupees 90, find the number of articles produced and cost of each article. It's the same sum what I have given you homework, that is second one as examples to be done, right? So, they have told a cottage industry produces certain number of pottery articles in a day. So, we'll write let the number of pottery articles pottery articles produced on that day be x. Okay, yes. Now read the further part what they have given. It was observed that on a particular day, means on that particular day, the cost of production of each article was rupees 3 more than twice the number of articles produced. So let us again write that statement. Cost of production, everything is in your question only, this is what statement I am writing. Cost of production of each pottery article produced on that day how much it is? It is rupees 3 more than twice the articles produced. Okay, it is rupees, this is the cost, I mean in this term 3 plus 2x, that is nothing but 3 more than twice. Okay, rupees we can write. Cost of production of each pottery articles produced on that day is rupees 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. Okay, this is the statement what we understood till here. Further, if the total cost of the production of that day was rupees 90, total cost, I mean this is cost of each pottery articles, whatever the articles were produced on that day, total cost was 90. Find the cost of number of articles produced and cost of each article. So we have to write the final statement here. Therefore, the total cost of production on that day is equal to what? So total cost of production on that day is equal to number of articles, pottery articles, I'll just write articles, number of articles produced on that day, into cost of production. I'll just write a shortcut term here. Just see, the total cost of production of articles on that day is equal to number of articles produced on that day into cost of production on that day. They could have mentioned one particular day, that would be fine to mention. Okay. So total cost was how much according to them? 90 is equal to number of articles produced on that day were how many? X. Into cost of production on that day was how much? It was 3 plus 2x over. This is the equation now. Let's frame it. 90 is equal to 3x plus 2x square. So 2x square plus 3x minus 90 is equal to 0. Now this is the equation. So when I have to multiply first and last term, what do I get? I get 180. So or 2 into 90 what I get. So we have to get the factors for that. So 180 factors we will find. 290 is a 245 is a 59 is a 33 is a and 3 ones are. Now we have to multiply this 180, or we have to get it in such a way that when we multiply we get 180, but when we add and subtract we have to get 3. So let's find out some types of factors here. 180x square. So 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12. I'll take one factor here. Then 5 3s are 15. Right? We need to see that all the numbers we just mix and match and multiply. This is one factor. Then 2 2s are 4, 4 5s is 20. 20 into 9. So, or 2 3s are 6. Anything can be given. 5 2s are 10, 10 3s are 30. All this will give you 180 only. Such many terms when you try. But what you have to get answer as 3. Right? So which will give you here? Only the first one will give you 12 and 15, because you want minus 90 there, right? Okay, we'll see. 12 and 15 can give you 3. That means it has to be minus 12 plus 15. 15 minus 12 will give you plus 3. Plus 15 into minus 12 will give you minus 180. Split them. 2x square minus 12x plus 15x minus 90 is equal to 0. 2x common. X minus 6. Right here also x minus 6. X into what should give you plus 15? Plus 15. 15 into minus 6 is 90. I'll do it here, children. So the last step would be 2x plus 15 and x minus 6 is equal to 0. So 2x plus 15 is equal to 0 and x minus 6 is equal to 0. 2x is equal to minus 15, x is equal to minus 15 by 2 and x is equal to 6. Now we can't say that number of articles produced on that day was 15 by 2, right? So it has to be 6. It should be a whole number. Give the conclusion. What will be the conclusion? Therefore, the number of articles produced on that day were 6. That should be conclusion. And cost of each article you have to find. How do we find that? I don't have space in writing those many statements, but I only write the final answer. This is number of articles, number of pottery articles produced on that day is 6. and cost of each article would be 3 plus 2 into 6, 3 plus 12, 15. Give the correct answer, rupees 15 on each day. So with that we complete the last sum. Now the next class will be starting with method of completing the square. So this is one method and the next method is method of completing the square. Method of completing the square is only followed if it is asked only. Otherwise you will not use that method. For usually solving any verbal sums, we always use factorization. When factorization we cannot find the factors, not possible at all, then we switch over to formula method. That's the next one. So we have done these many sums today. I have given you 2 homework. Please complete that. Our next session will be on method of completing the square. Thank you.